Opening Drive.
Voted the best sports show in New Mexico
For 5 years running. It's the OD in the AM with Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck.
All right, you got through the whole schedule now. You looked at it all. You perused it. You scrubbed it. You figured out how many games your team's going to win. What, 15 out of 17, I think you probably got. The Cowboys got a great look. You know where you're going. Week 4, you're going to go see the Rams and the Buccaneers at SoFi. Although that's the same week the Packers play Tommy, which you got to see as well. Get through it all? We'll get through it with you as well. What's up, y'all? Merry Thursday. Welcome to it. It is the Opening Drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck. How you living this morning?
What it do?
Good little ride on the bike on the highway this morning to wake you up?
Just a little bit.
It's a good one for you, huh? Maybe I should get one just for the ride to work. Ride back.
Not bad.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, we got a ton to do. Lakers were so close last night to being cemented into the play-in tournament. They're still going to have some work to do and need help to get out of it, but that's where they are because you got a little I don't know if it was a surprise in Utah last night, but we'll get there. Lobo women's golf season ends. I wouldn't say is also Rans, but I guess in the context maybe the paper is correct. But everything's about the NFL schedule yesterday, and I don't know if you went week by week, and I kind of clipped through it. There's games each week that you just go, oh, yeah. No, I want to see the Rams, and I want to see the Rams play the Lions. I want to see the Patriots play the Buccaneers. I want to see the two, even week, I think it's like 17 or 16, late in the season. I want to see the Jets and the Jaguars. Jeff, those are horrible teams. No, I get it. I want to see Zach Wilson versus Trevor Lawrence. There's all kinds of games sprinkled throughout. And then you start letting your mind think, well, what if Aaron Rodgers ends up with the Broncos, and you look at those late season Broncos-Chiefs games, and could those mean something? So there's a lot to the schedule. I don't know how much you perused it and looked through it and picked out games that you've just got to see and want to see. And we could play the game if you want and go through it week by week and say, what are the two best that you've got to watch. But there's some stuff in there that certainly sticks out.
It starts with Tampa Bay at New England, and Tom Brady returning to the Patriots. Bill Belichick, what kind of reception is he going to get? And I expect the Patriot fans to be all over Tom Brady in that contest as he returns for the first time under the lights. Sunday Night Football week 4 for a Buccaneers team that is still very good. That's still going to be in contention in the NFC. And we'll see what the Patriots look like at that point in time. Now, where is Cam Newton coming in this offseason? How close is Mac Jones? And that could be a game that doesn't go so well for the New England Patriots, but all eyes are going to be on that matchup because this story has still come down to Tom Brady versus Bill Belichick, and they're going to be compared for all time because together they were probably the best duo we've seen, head coach and quarterback in this league, for what they were able to accomplish. So that one, of course, immediately jumped out. You knew it was going to happen. Now you finally know. Sunday Night Football week 4.
Yeah, no, it's as it should. And that game's in New England, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, as it absolutely should be. They played that one perfectly. And the NFL, as we mentioned yesterday, I think we got a text from Ralph. We didn't get a surf report yesterday from Ralph, but we got a text. Do you think it's by coincidence? Nothing the NFL does is by coincidence. Nothing is by coincidence. And so. I think you got some really cool things. I love the Rams and the Lions in week, whatever it is, October 24th. It's in L.A. The post-game handshake or lack thereof is going to be interesting. The Lions and Matt Stafford parted somewhat amicably, right? And that was it wasn't as much as he wanted out. It wasn't a bleep show over there. I don't think there's anything amicable right now between Jared Goff and Sean McVay, the head coach, and that organization. I think Jared Goff said basically, I took him to a Super Bowl and I'm developing as a young quarterback 3 years in or 4 years in, and they quit on me, and they did. They absolutely did. And you can say they should have. And as a Ram fan, I it's a business. I got no problem with it. But as an individual, you certainly, that's a game that Jared Goff, I guarantee you, is already prepping for.
As he should in those moments.
Yeah.
And sometimes a player is in a better situation, say a week 1 matchup for Sam Darnold with the Panthers. he could say, hey, I want to show them what's up, but he's in a better situation as of now than the rebuilding New York Jets. In this case, Matthew Stafford is the one that ended up better than Jared Goff with the Detroit Lions. And these are the little storylines that right now make sense. And kind of going back to what you said, the NFL and sports leagues should look at matchups, especially in week 1, where if you played Carolina and New York Jets in week 9, that could be 2 1-win teams or 2-win teams, and you're not going to care. But week 1 coming out the gate, you're like, okay, Sam Darnold, Zach Wilson, let's see how this goes.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. October 24, better revenge game. Lions and Rams, that's the Stafford Goff, or Arizona versus the Texans. That's DeAndre Hopkins and J.J. Watt, the former Texans. I believe that's going back to Houston as well. Oh, no, it's in Arizona. But that's a great one. And I don't think there's any bad blood between J.J. Watt and Houston, but certainly another one. You quit on me? DeAndre Hopkins is still one of the 3 best receivers in that game.
I'm going Lions-Rams. I think that quarterback battle is going to be better just because I have no idea what the Texans are going to be. And even without Deshaun Watson, that's still those guys going against their former franchise. Newton Hopkins is going to be very happy if he scores some touchdowns against the Texans. But that is the one team that we just don't know what any of these games are going to be like for Houston, just based on a Deshaun Watson situation.
Well, I think there's so much, like when we went through the first week odds yesterday, which was actually kind of fun, and it amplifies, it solidifies if you don't think the NFL stirs the drink, and it does. But it was kind of fun just to look at odds and pick games. But so much is contingent on you have no idea on a Green Bay Packers game who your quarterback's going to be. Right? If you think it's Aaron Rodgers, then you bet it. If you think Aaron Rodgers is going to the Broncos, and you bet the other side, and you bet the Broncos, and then Houston. I don't see a scenario, do you, where Deshaun Watson is their quarterback on opening day?
Right now, it's hard because it just. What do you do if you're the NFL? That's the situation continues. Is it? I don't know where it sits in the civil suits, and it's a wait and see. But that does not help. No, I'm trying to figure out that question.
I guess I do see a scenario. Let me give you the one. He doesn't get traded, and that whole situation doesn't get dealt with by then. So in that case, he would be opening day until the NFL gets around to dealing with it, because JJ, there's I don't believe any criminal charges. There are all civil suits that have been filed against Deshaun Watson, I believe 20-something by former massage therapists, all represented by the same attorney. And so if you want to get in, come on. Who else was assaulted uncomfortable by Deshaun? And so everybody's coming in. I do believe that this is one of those situations where the NFL will hand down punishment. 4 games, 6 games. Well, I mean, don't you think it's in the 4 to 6 range? Just the stuff that you hear and precedent? Right?
I could see that.
Now, does that mean see that team's so bad? Competitively in the big picture, I don't think it matters to the team, to the league. Now, it matters to you if he's your fantasy quarterback. It matters to you if you're betting a Houston Texans game. It matters to you if you're a Houston Texans fan. It matters to you if you're Deshaun Watson, right? But that's the scenario. So that's the uncertainty that you're dealing with as you run through the NFL schedule. But I'm more than happy to go through. If you want to pick a week and tell me a game, and I'll go back. I pick a Sunday and go, damn, look what we're doing, right? And I got 6 keepers on my fantasy team, so I'm going, all right. Well, I got this guy. All right, that'll be good. Oh, I think dang, I'm gonna have to.
And you get 18 weeks of it this year.
18 weeks. Yeah. 1 extra week. Everybody plays 17 games with 1 bye. So we'll go through it. Packers signed another quarterback. This is great insurance for Aaron Rodgers. Just in case Aaron Rodgers, isn't there. Oh, do they got a good one? We're going to get through the NBA. There's baseball stuff for you as we fire through this thing. Big NBA last night. Lowell women's golf season came to an end yesterday. We will get there. The men's golf. Are you going to go out at all? Does this interest you next week at all to go out to the NCAA regional golf at UNM championship course? Have you ever gone to one of those?
I have never attended one.
I'm going to suggest, and you've got the access as a media guy, and so you get to kind of go where you want. The amount of golfers that have come through on these things, when UNM used to host these things in the past, the Phil Mickelsons, the Tiger Woods, the Matt Kuchars, that I remember coming through here. If you like golf at all, and I think you do, I'm going to suggest you get out there and just watch a little bit of it. Just go out and catch a day. Because, and I don't know if you've ever been to a PGA event or a major golf tournament. I think it's worth it for going out and checking it out and getting an appreciation of just to see the trajectory, how these guys hit a golf ball. The difference between you and me and your buddy who's pretty good and these guys. To experience that atmosphere. It's next week. It's UNM Championship course. And I don't even know if it's open to the public. I know it's open to JJ Buck because you're JJ Buck. And so you can get out there and hell, you should even be calling it for all I know. But that's next week, and we can get into that. All right, 505-246-0610. When we get back, the Lakers were on the brink of solidifying the play-in tournament. How'd that go for them last night? We'll get into that and what it all means. 505-246-0610. Warm outside, huh? Springtime. Summertime's coming. Gentlemen, it more than anything else is time for you to feel like you again. If you're dealing with, I don't know, regularly being tired, you're sluggish, carrying a few extra pounds, or even dealing with erectile dysfunction, New Male will help you feel like you again. Most likely, you already know this, but as you age, things like fatigue, low T, even ED are natural. There's a real good chance you will be affected. Call New Male at 505-652-1688 or visit them at New Male, that's NUMALE.com, and you'll take care of it. New Male leads the way when it comes to men's health. They make men feel better, help them battle nature. Testosterone replacement that is cutting edge. Look, the process is easy. It's comfortable. The best part is the results are real, absolutely real. Call and make an appointment, 505-652-1688. I get it. Sometimes the toughest part is that first part. It's making that call. Don't put it off, fellas. It's time. Time to feel well. Time to feel like you again. New Male will help. 505-652-1688 or visit them online at newmail.com and feel like you again. If Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Micah, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer Zero for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts individual, and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever, no one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Well, both you, JJ, and Robert sent me a text just as we were going off to that break. Reminded me that relatively recently, John Rahm was here at UNM. That was in 2016 when Arizona State won the regional, and he won the individual. And I don't know if anybody remembers that day. Robert said it was blowing 75 miles an hour. I think there were gusts that really worked out. It was one of those stupid, crazy New Mexico days, and John Rahm came in and they won. It looks like he was 3 under. This isn't even the final on that. It was nuts, and yeah, you get great golfers that have come through here, just great golfers who have come through here. And if you got a chance, and I guess I probably should have checked with UNM and with Glenn before I started talking about it, but if you get a chance to go out next week, you will enjoy it. If you like golf at all, just watch the way these guys. This is going to sound stupid. Go down to the range and watch these guys hit balls. Just watch them hit balls. It's
different. It's probably like batting practice. There's just a different sound from certain people.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt. There's absolutely no doubt. It's a great way to say that. Yeah, it's a lot like that. 505-246-0610 if you want to get here. 888-922-0610. So yesterday we had a call towards the back end of the show, and it was somebody who said, look, the Lakers can win out. You look at their schedule, and Portland, there's a good chance that they're going to lose out. They got Utah last night. They got Phoenix tonight. They went into Utah, Jazz playing without Donovan Mitchell, and beat the Jazz last night. 599 was the number, and which really put pressure on the Lakers, who were playing the Rockets. Well, Jeff, they're playing the Rockets, for crying out loud. That's a horrible team. Yeah, they played without Anthony Davis and LeBron James. We're in control for a while. That thing got tight. Lakers did win 124-122. So Lakers hold on. But bottom line is now they have to win out, and which is 2. And Portland needs to lose both for the Lakers to not be into that play-in tournament.
Yes, and we'll start with Portland, who's been playing at a really high level. The Jazz are a team that just need the postseason to get here. They need a few days off. And you saw them last night offensively. They just had nothing left in the tank without Donovan Mitchell, again, who won't be back until the postseason.
That's right.
So they're holding him out the rest of the way. And Mike Conley's missed 9 straight games, their point guard. The lack of creation is just really evident with this Utah Jazz team. And Portland kind of found that extra gear to end the season as they're playing to stay out of the play-in tournament. Those are only 1 games, but it's win or go home. You don't want to be in that situation.
They're also playing for the 5 spot. Right now, while they're above Dallas because of tiebreaker, them and Dallas are tied 5-6. Dallas has the tiebreaker with Portland with the Lakers. So Dallas has clinched a spot in the regular playoffs. Portland, while in the 5 slot right now, is the team that could slide to 7. They've got Phoenix tonight, and then on Saturday they're a home game versus Denver. Does Portland? They need to win one of those games to stay out, to keep the Lakers in the play-in tournament at the 7th spot and to stay out of it. For the Dallas Mavericks, they're in. They're in the playoffs. Now we're just working on slotting right now, okay? Who's going to get the Clippers and who is going to get the Nuggets? And I think it's a big deal, right? I mean, if you're Portland, you much would rather play the Nuggets. I think everybody would rather play the Nuggets. I think people feel the Nuggets are a one-trick pony right now without Jamal Murray, right? Even though I know that they're not necessarily playoff speaking, they might be.
Yeah, if you're saying, all right, who do I want to play in the first round, a lot of people would take Denver.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's probably, if you're looking, who do I want in the second round, it's probably fairly interchangeable. Utah, Phoenix. I think you'd probably rather get Phoenix. If you think Donovan Mitchell's going to be back, Gobert and Donovan Mitchell and what they've got, where Phoenix, they've got Chris Paul, they've got Booker, but to your point yesterday, you'll take that inexperience and go up against that front court probably if you've got a choice instead of playing Utah.
Yes.
Right? So that's where the Lakers would be now. It would be go through the play-in tournament and then Phoenix, which honestly probably isn't a bad run for them.
It's not, and fully healthy, you still are fully confident that the Lakers shouldn't have trouble in the single elimination play-in scenario. And if you're 7 or 8, you have 2 chances regardless.
That's right.
Because the loser of the 7-8 game will play the winner of 9-10 for the final playoff spot.
So again, if you're not familiar with, and JJ just laid it out for you, but very clearly, their Eastern Western Conference next week, 1-game situations. 7 will play 8, 8 will play 9. The winner of the 7 and 8 game advances into the bracket as the 7th seed. They'll play the 2. That'll be a full series. The loser of the 7-8 game, right now that would be the Lakers and Warriors in the West, would go on to play the winner of the Grizzlies and Spurs. And the winner of that game would go in as the 8th seed. Makes sense? It didn't to us until probably a day or 2 ago. And I think we finally figured that out. But that's where that is. So right now you're jockeying. The East is set. As far as who's going to be in the tournament. Now, they're still jockeying for positioning at 4, 5, and 6. Atlanta's a half game up on Miami and the Knicks. So as far as I think Philly's probably going to hold on to 1. Brooklyn's going to stay 2, and Milwaukee 3. What's going on with the Celtics? Because for them to go in and lose to Cleveland, who had lost 11 in a row last night, and look really, really bad doing it, Like we're sitting here talking about, and I get it, probably you're not worried about them, and I don't even think there's a probably worried about them making a run, but they should not be, A, losing to the Cleveland Cavaliers when they're trying to stay out of the play-in tournament, and B, in this position.
It starts earlier, and the Celtics have had a bad season versus their expectations, sitting there being a 500 basketball team. You look at what happened last night. Well, you found out over the weekend Jaylen Brown is out the rest of the
year.
Kemba Walker did not play. Yep. Marcus Smart did not play. And their center, Robert Williams, did not play as well. And so they're a struggling team that has 4/5 of their starting lineup out and got beat by Kevin Love's best game of the season.
Kevin Love scored 30 points last night. So the scenario that I watched with the Celtics last night is super similar to what the Lakers were. Both of them are 7 seeds. Both of them were playing bad teams last night. Lakers without LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Celtics without 4/5 of their starting lineup. One team held on by 2. and the other one got beat. And the other one, you're saying, well, they're going to get healthy, so look out for them to play. I think everybody is still sitting there saying, not everybody. I think the majority of people still feel the Lakers are the favorite in the West, and they're going to come out of the 7-hole.
I agree with that. It's just all about those guys being on court. And if Anthony Davis and LeBron James are healthy, this Lakers team, I think, has better players around them than they did last year. And I'm actually impressed with what they've done this week, whether it was beating Phoenix. And I get last night, but last night was an opportunity for those other guys to get run, for Kyle Kuzma again to step up in a lead situation, Wes Matthews being in there late, making a defensive play, Andre Drummond getting his confidence, because Drummond's not going to get as many looks when AD and LeBron are on the floor. So you can kind of get him into a rhythm to finish the season. He is still a good basketball player. He just doesn't shoot threes, so people think he doesn't fit into this league. But he, in his role defensively, rebounding, scoring inside when he's asked to, guess who did that last year for them? It was Dwight Howard. And I think Andre Drummond, at this point in time, now he might not be as good defensively. I think he's a little bit better overall than Dwight Howard in every area. And that's going to be perfect for them. So I'm still very high on the Lakers.
Do you know why last night was the night they chose to unveil the banner?
It had something to do with fans. Yes.
It was the first time they had fans in there. That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, you're figuring late season home game against the worst team in the league, and LeBron and AD didn't play. But you may see LeBron tonight. At the back end of this this 2-night stretch, they go tonight. Yeah, I think you see him in the next game. The last 2 games is when you've been hearing that he might get some run. It's been the last 2 that LeBron may play. They don't play tonight. They play Saturday, Sunday, both on the road, Indiana and New Orleans. I got to believe you see him in one of them, right? Probably the first one. And if they're still alive, then maybe he gets some running against New Orleans to try to stay out of that tournament. Or does it matter if they have to play one more game to them? I mean, I'm just wondering at this point, the play-in tournament is bleeped as it may be according to him, and whoever came up with this bleep should be fired. I'm sitting here wondering, does one extra game to them really matter?
I think it's more, it was a shock that they were actually in that situation.
Well, they had to learn what it was. It's like when Donovan McNabb learned about the overtime rule.
The same way this season, because it's completely different than last year.
Ever.
And you're like, wait a second.
Than ever.
Oh, because no one explained it to anyone unless you looked it up yourself.
Yeah.
Talking about this play-in tournament, which is not the mini 3-game series like it was coming out of the bubble last season. And it's whatever you do, you got to spin it to your benefit, knowing, all right, if you're the Lakers, you end up in that playing game, you win one, you get into the playoffs. Don't worry about it. Just get that run in, get that experience in a winner, go to a next game situation, and do your job.
All right, 505-246-0610. Come on in. We're on ProView Networks. Aaron is producing. He's got a big day of state cheer and state swim today. They got a lot of stuff going on at ProView. Robert Katz, smiley and wavy, producing for you here. Your shirt looks almost purple on my screen, and I stare across the window, and there you are in that blue Ben Villaducci shirt.
It is kind of bluish.
It is bluish. It is the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda, J.J. Buck, glad you're here on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend. Visit clarkspet.com.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Here's the steal coming in. Can she get the points?
All right, big potential news for high school basketball coming up in a little bit. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda and J.J. Buck. You're encouraged to get in today. 505-246-0610. Your thoughts on the NFL schedule now that you've gone through it. Hey, Aaron, what were you were staring at? You showed me. I thought it was a stadium seating app. Were you looking? Was that looking for tickets? Are you going to a big game? Like which stadium was that? I guess I didn't get a good enough look as you just flashed it at the camera.
Well, I was looking at both Denver and Lambeau. Denver's obviously a little closer, but
what do you think?
I got a Green Bay Brother fan.
Green Bay Brother fan. All right. Brother. What's up, brother? Brother. All right. That's good. So you got a date. I haven't been to an NFL game in a while. And last year during the Rams played the Buccaneers, right? Yeah, Rams beat them last year. Remember Craig Snow? Former athletic director and head coach at Highlands and was on the Lobo staff. He's a big Buccaneer fan. And so he sent me and Scott Cregan, Graphic Connections, a Rams fan, and said, next year they play at SoFi, we're going. And so yesterday we got September 26th. So it sounds like I'm committed. I'm going to SoFi for September 26th, Rams and Tommy. I'm in. Kind of looking forward to it. Yeah, I flew over that new stadium. Now I want to go. So, yeah. They said, all right, can we go out and play a couple rounds of golf too? Yeah. So, I mean, that doesn't sound like a crappy weekend.
It doesn't at all.
Good thing we got the ability to do all these shows remotely, too. It's right.
Especially in the fall.
Especially in the fall. All right. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. We're on the NBA last night. James Harden came back. And the Brooklyn Nets took care of San Antonio 128-116. James Harden probably had your highlight of the day, right? With a bounce pass, and he was terrific. So they had Durant and they had Harden. When they are full strength, I think they're the champions. If they are full strength, I think they are the champions. But he looked pretty good last night, didn't he?
He did. In post-game, someone asked him, "Hey, James, how'd you get going so quickly?"
And he said, and he said he's really good at basketball. Is that kind of what he said?
You know, I study the game. I'm very unselfish. I take the game and I play it the right way every single night. So I don't try to do anything that I can't do or anything that doesn't benefit our team. And if that mindset right there keeps me in a really good place.
All right, that's James Harden. He's pretty good at basketball.
And I think he's surprising a lot of people.
In what way?
Immediately you have this many good players at once, and it's always, it can't work.
I don't know. It's always that.
It usually is.
I mean,
it was only really the Warriors that are like, well, they shoot threes and you have Steph Curry. So,
but there was a lot of different players there, right?
Different
so
players.
That's why.
What we're seeing out of James Harden is a reminder of how good he is. And James Harden and Russell Westbrook get thrown in the same category because they haven't won championships. People look at them and go, well, you know what? Maybe they're just not really team players. They're just all about themselves. All right, they get ridiculous numbers. But if you watch James Harden play the game of basketball, you realize he is very good as well at setting up other people. And his role as sliding into the point guard position between Kyrie and KD has been fantastic. We're on the floor together because Kyrie and KD are more of those kind of true score. This is weird.
Well,
yeah, because you're like, I'm not saying James Harden's not a true scorer, but
been for the last
Harden
years.
is so much more comfortable. Like, he's going to get his, but he's going to set you up than those two are necessarily, and it absolutely works. And I want to see what it's like in the postseason with these three guys, because this was definitely one you look at and go, oof, I don't know, because Kyrie, he's a different cat, James Harden, etc. But when they're on, that offense is unstoppable.
Yeah, I think this one was, the question was more the personalities and is anybody going to play defense? He had 18 and 11 assists last night. He shot the ball 8 times and he came off the bench to James Harden. I think the intrigue on this one, are there enough basketballs, right? Kevin Durant has got to get his. And the ball's been in his hands a lot. Kyrie's always had the ball in his hands. And James Harden's game has been ISO ball, give me the ball and get out of my way. And so I think it was a fair question when they put this one together. How is this going to work? Kyrie backed away and outwardly, and I don't give Kyrie Irving a lot of credit for what comes out of his mouth a lot. But on this one where he said, no, that he's our point guard. James Harden's going to be our point guard. And they accepted these roles. And I'm going to give Steve Nash. Who's coaching that team?
Steve Nash.
Yeah. That's Steve Nash. I'm looking at him. I'm thinking, wait, that is Steve Nash, isn't it? It seems so weird to say Steve Nash is the coach. I'm going to give Steve Nash credit because that had to come from him, right? I mean, as he saw, look, he was a great point guard. He wasn't a good point guard. He was a 2-time MVP point guard. And he had to have some say on assembling that, on getting James Harden in. And I got to believe part of the conversation before James Harden was traded to the Nets, well, how's this going to work? And Steve Nash had to, I mean, I don't know if it's been public, but it had to work this way, right? Well, he's going to be our point guard, and let's talk to Kyrie about it. I mean, there had to be some conversation. But the bottom line is, to your point, yes, this one was questioned because I think there were 3 guys who need the basketball, or at least that's what we thought. Now, granted, they haven't all 3 played together a whole lot. But theoretically, with Harden as a distributor, as a point guard who is a threat to score all the time, and 2 other dynamic scorers, making 3, I do want to see this just from a basketball standpoint, because I don't think I've ever seen, as good as the Warriors super team was, as good as some of the Lakers super teams were, I don't know that I've ever seen 3 dynamic scorers on the same in the same lineup like them when they're healthy.
Yeah, and the difference is all 3 can get their own off the dribble.
Yes.
And that's what makes them so dangerous. Is Kyrie Irving, to me, is the best scorer inside for a guard that I have ever seen. Like, he's up there with Allen Iverson on what he can do
inside
with the basketball, getting to the rim, creating space at his size. It is unbelievable. And then we know, as you just said, James Harden's one-on-one game, KD's ability to pull up over anyone, and that's what makes them even more dangerous, because the Warriors, it was pace and space. They spread the floor. Clay will hit like 18 three-point shots, but he can't necessarily break you down the same way Steph Curry did. These three guys can.
Yeah.
So defending them
Yep.
is going to be impossible if they're on. Now the question is, are they going to be able to play defense at a high enough level to get an offense to overcome that?
And I think one of the reasons that you didn't question the Warriors is because they did different things, right? KD was a different player. You had the Splash Brothers, who were unbelievable shooters. Mm-hmm. Then you had Draymond, who was doing the dirty work. You had guys who came off the bench and did a whole lot of role stuff. Iguodala was fantastic, and Livingston was always very good at what he did. They had their interchangeable big men, and then you throw KD into that mix. And so I don't think anybody questioned, gosh, is that going to work? Bosh, LeBron, Dwayne Wade, all different players. You're like, okay, we got a guard, we got a swing guy, and we got a big guy. Okay, this is going to work. This one was, damn, how are they going to all get along when the ball's not in their hand all the time? Now, I think the question with the Nets going in, and I think this is a fair question, who's going to play defense? Because they don't play a lot of defense. They give up a lot of points. Now, are there going to be other teams that are going to be able to score with them? And we're going to get there, because that's what we're going to see over the next couple of months. 505-246-0610 is how to get to us. 888-922-0610. The Nets may not play defense, but IPS does. International Protective Service defends your home, defends your business, defends and protects what is important to you. Your home, your family, your business, which you have worked so hard and so diligently to build. It's yours. Let IPS protect it. The bad guys want to take what's yours, and they're out there doing it every day. Don't wait until something bad happens. I called IPS years ago, and they watch my home. Every day, they roll by my house. They make sure that things are in order. If for some reason your alarm goes off, IPS responds within 5 to 7 minutes with armed, trained security officers. Police will take up to hours to get there, and it's not that they're doing anything wrong. There's just not enough of them. IPS is concentrated on your home. They'll be there, and they stop the bad guys. You go out of town, IPS patrols your home. Pick up the newspaper if you ask them to, the mail. Roll the garbage cans to the curb and back on garbage day. Your home will have that lived-in look, and they will do exterior checks while you are gone. Give yourself the peace of mind that you deserve and protect what is yours. International Protective Service. They protect my home. I suggest they protect your home and business as well. Give them a call. Talk to them. See what they're all about. There's no contracts. You're not committed long-term. It's as long as you want it, but I think you're going to want it for a while. 897-2420 is the number. 505-897-2420. Or you can go online. The phone number, or the website is ipsglobal.com.
As Chris, tough shot, gets it to go.
West up with it. Nice move by West. Puts it up on the layup, scores.
Especially the team like Naval Prep with so many weapons.
Three to beat the horn. Yes! Nothing but nylon at the... Turnover. Henderson in transition. Going to slam it home. Gonzalez going to leave it for Hasbury. Send it in. Get it into Chavez. Natalia across the timeline. She's going to heave it from half court for the
Oh! My goodness!
Chavez hits one from half court for the state championship.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Mike, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk Live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talk It Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer 0 for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
So here's something I didn't think I'd be doing this morning. Bobcat, I'm looking on the interwebs for a sugar bowl because making coffee this morning, JJ, before I left the house, and I told you guys this, my sleeve is rolled up. I had it sitting on the coffee maker little tray and pushed the coffee maker back, turned it off, and the cuff caught the lid of the sugar bowl, and as I'm pulling out the sugar, it's now in 12, 15, 37, hut hike, I don't know how many pieces.
Gorilla Glue.
You know, this thing's beat to hell now. I mean, this is like a puzzle. So now, I'm glad I did it and Addie didn't.
Yeah.
I did put a saucer on top of it in case she needs to use it this morning and the ants don't get into it. But, yeah, I'm glad Daddy did it because that would have been one of those, I'm sorry. No, you're good, man. Stuff happens.
Well, you could have been really mean about it and left a note for her saying, why did you break the top of the...
No, dude. No. There's no need. Why would you do that to your kid?
Just to be funny.
Yeah.
Just to get her for a minute.
No. She would have gone, what would I do? Yeah, so I'm looking online for sugar bowls this morning to replace the lid of the one I shattered. 505-24. I think everything was assembled. Everybody's hopes were assembled when the schedule came out. Edward, I'm sure you've perused it, picked through it, and got a record for every single team and picked every game. Good morning, sir.
You know, I am fascinated with the extrapolation of data and forecasting models and whatnot. But let me start with this. Jeff, how are you going to garnish the abdominal and oblique area by eating sugar on a consistent basis? You need to be like Skip Bayless.
So, in fact, I've never dipped into that sugar bowl, but because Addie was always going into the big, she puts it in her tea. No, I take my coffee with just a splash of cream, never any sugar. So it's for her for the tea. That's why it was there. It's you know, it's not, everything's not about me. This was for her, and then I shattered the lid. Yeah.
Very good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
By the way, a friend recently introduced me to rice milk. Ooh. And I've tried them all, almond milk, soy milk, across the board. Try rice milk. It's fantastic, and it just keeps you lean. It's somewhat of a diuretic. And, when I send you that full body shot that I've been promising, you're going to see, an embellishment of oblique and abdominal.
Yeah, it's going to, I don't want you're going to hurt your hand just pounding the granite that is me. Yeah.
That's awesome. Hey, quickly on the NBA, very well done naming an award after Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, for social activism, and I don't have it all committed to memory, but it's similar to the Walter Payton Award, and I give him credit. Kareem, just an amazing career, and he was a little bit contentious at the end of his career, and kind of like Luka Doncic would complain after every call, but obviously one of the top 3 players of all time, and I'm glad to see them name an award after him. In the NBA, just, quite succinctly, all the Lakers need to do is avoid the Clippers in the first round. The Clippers are currently 3rd. It's probably more advantageous for them to play in the play-in little tournament and get the 7 or 8 seed and avoid that first round matchup. And, the caveat being, is LeBron going to be healthy, and AD, which is basically a risk to get hurt in every game, which in some capacity he does. But with LeBron at 75%, because I'm not sure he's 100%, 75% LeBron's better than every player in the league except maybe 3, quite honestly. And so I think as long as they avoid that Clipper first-round matchup and they can gain some momentum, we'll see how it all plays out. The NFL schedule last year, I was thrilled, and I looked at the New England Patriots schedule, and I looked at the Tampa Brady Buccaneers schedule. And I looked at Tampa's, and I said, okay, maybe they can win 9 or 10 games and maybe one playoff game. And then as they navigated through their schedule in the middle of their season, they in week 9, they lost 38-3 at home to the Saints. The Saints were feeling good about themselves, but I kind of knew Breeze was going to choke in the playoffs like he's done the last 4 years.
Say that.
He's consistent. You got to give him credit. Yeah. But those timely interceptions and timely fumbles and missed passes and some unfortunate calls, not all his fault. But as you look at your team schedule, and then they lost a close one to the Chiefs, that's when I think they figured out, hey, we can play with the best. And of course, the Rams beat them. And so, as we gravitate through,
as you hear it. So,
I look at their schedule, and I think it lines up pretty well for them. And their bye week is at week 9, which is exactly where you want it. So
it's perfect. I like their schedule. I like the Cowboys. All right, man. I appreciate it. I know we'll wrap it up tomorrow. Yeah. Thanks for the call.
Have a great day.
All right, you too. Top of the hour on a hard break coming up, so we got to get out. I think there were a couple things that played out well. I love the way the Cowboys schedule played out for them.
And we'll find out why.
I'll tell you why. 505-246-0610. Come on in. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Aaron, Robert Cat. 95.9 FM? Is that what we are these days? An AM 610 Sports Animal?
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Steal coming in. Can she get the point? As Chris, tough shot, gets it to go.
West up with it. Nice move by West, puts it up on the layup, scores.
Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. Don't sweat the technique. This is the opening drive with 2-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Siembieda, and JJ Bond. Don't sweat the technique.
You probably looked at your team's schedule. I mean, I'm guessing many of you have. And I don't know, how do you feel about it? Look, the NFL schedule, I don't think there's a lot of easy games in the NFL. I think if you're going to get Jacksonville late in the year, that might be. Maybe playing the Jets. Depending on what I think the Texans can be an absolute mess this year. It's the opening drive, Jeff Siembieda and J.J. Buck. I mean, there's always a couple of bad teams, J.J., right? When we get through the NFL, it feels like, who's fighting for that first the draft pick, and it's been the Jets, it's been the Jaguars, historically been the Browns, and it's no longer that. I don't know that I think that there's a lot of bad teams. I think the Jets are really going to struggle this year, although I think they're going to be better and win 4, maybe 5 games. I think the Jaguars are going to be better. I worry a lot about the Texans, and especially without Deshaun Watson, if he's not there, whether it's suspension, trade, whatever. To me, that's the team that I look at, and Detroit. I think Detroit can be not very good, but at least I think they got a relatively competent quarterback in Detroit. Do you think that's fair with Jared Goff?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, where are you on the bad teams first? Because then we're going to go into what the schedule is. There's going to be bad teams. Who are they?
The asterisk team is Houston, because even with Deshaun Watson, they're not going to be good.
Right.
But they'll win a few games just because he's that good if he's playing. If not, they're going to be in contention for the number 1 overall pick.
I totally agree with that.
I don't even know if they own a first-round pick heading into this season, but they are an absolute disaster. The other teams that I look, and it's just the Jets, the Jaguars. I think they're just going to be up there as a young team struggling. Same with Cincinnati last year. You're excited for the future, but you still got a long way to go.
You don't like Carolina, do you?
Carolina is, I look at that team. I think Sam Darnold
and McCaffrey back
is going to be fine.
I think so too.
I think it's going to be a little bit better than Teddy Bridgewater. Yes. They do have intriguing weapons offensively. Yeah. I'll give you that, but I still think you're looking at a 7 or 8.
Okay, so that's not bad. That's not when you just go they're bad. And that's going to be like a lot of teams, a 7, 8, 9 win team, 6, 7, 8, right somewhere in there. Yeah. I think Detroit's got issues. They got quarterback, but what else do they got? I think they found a running back in DeAndre Swift. Who's Jared Goff throwing to? Their defense to me wasn't that good. They concern me. I think it's going to take a minute in Jacksonville and with the Jets. To me, the bottom teams are those 3: Texans, Jets, Jaguars. No? Am I missing someone in there? Do you think Cincinnati's going to be at the bottom of that? Is there going to be a surprise team? Is Pittsburgh going to fall that far? New Orleans concerns me. I think New Orleans misses the playoffs this year.
I do. I think so, too.
Right? And the Broncos have to concern you a little bit because of quarterback play. I think they got a nice roster.
Well, in terms of, I think the 2 worst teams in the NFL this season.
Yeah. Texans?
Going to be the Houston Texans and Philadelphia Eagles.
Eagles are bad. Yeah, and that's a team.
And that's about because Jalen Hurts is a quarterback I'm intrigued by. I like him, but overall, that's just a bad roster, a mess. Brand new coaching staff, so I think they're going to be battling it out and then right on their tails just due to rookie quarterbacks. And we've seen even if you're really good, you can struggle on a not good team, and that's Jacksonville and the Jets.
All right, here's why I like the Cowboys schedule. I think I look at some of it. I see winnable games. If I look at the first 6 weeks, I don't think they win at Tampa to start. I don't know what I think the Chargers are. Everybody's telling me the Chargers are going to be one of the most improved teams, and Herbert. I'm struggling until I see the Chargers win. Okay, Chargers have been. These are the 2 teams who just love to find a way to lose. I think Philly's bad. I think they beat Carolina. The Giants are of all the teams in the league are the biggest wild card to me. I think they get off to a really good start because then they go through a stretch where I think they're better than New England, they're better than Minnesota, they're better than Denver, they're better than Atlanta. I think there's a stretch in week 6, 8, 9, 10. They're 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th games, and then it gets tough on them. Then they got Kansas City on the road. They get the Raiders on Thanksgiving, and they close with division games. They close with games that are going to matter. They close with Washington, the Giants, Washington, Arizona, and the Eagles. They get the Eagles last week of the season. I think they're going to pump. If they got to win the last week of the season, they're in.
I think that's an advantageous schedule for them.
Absolutely.
And especially the Washington football team. For the Washington football team, their final 5 games of the season are against division opponents. And that matters because they could struggle early and still get into the playoffs because all you have to do is win your division. And so that's going to be huge down the stretch.
Especially that division. I think First of all, I think that division is going to get better. I think that division has been just horrid the last 2 years. Horrid. I believe Washington and the Giants' defense are good. I think the Washington defense is really good. I think that if you look at, I think the Giants won 5 of their last 8, if I'm not mistaken. I look at the Giants and say they're to me of all the teams, you put an asterisk by Houston, right? But for a different reason. The Giants, to me, are with the Niners as the most intriguing, can go one way or the other. It's all on Daniel Jones. If you look at the end of the season, Daniel Jones stopped turning the ball over. They are going to theoretically get Saquon Barkley back, who was terrific. Now, how will he be coming off of that injury? I'm going to guess he's going to be pretty good, but he was as good of a running back as there was in the league. They went out and got Daniel Jones some weapons, and they had a defense that started to play very, very well the back end of that season. And so this is on the development of Daniel Jones. The Giants, to me, I think the Cowboys are better than the Redskins simply because I'm not sold. I said Redskins. On Washington. I'm not sold on Washington's quarterback play. Now let's see what Tyler Heineke can turn into. Let's see what Ryan Fitzmagic can do. Maybe there's something left there. The Giants, to me, are the biggest intrigue in that division because they can be really good and they can be really not good.
Yes, this is, Daniel Jones is that guy.
Yeah.
And you've always had one or two quarterbacks, and you said it, and you're right on. It's Daniel Jones. This is a make-or-break season for him because the New York Giants, if he's not good, guess what? He's not going to have a job there next year. And they were a 6-10 football team last year, and I expect them to be right there in that mix again. I don't know who's going. I look at Dallas, and I do think that ultimately with Dak Prescott, they should be favored on Washington with the best defense. And then the Giants have the potential to have an offense that's competent enough along with a strong defense, which is going to keep them right there in the mix because it's really Dallas is offensive heavy. Washington is defensive heavy. And now you're going to get in this mess with Ryan Fitzpatrick and Tyler Heineke where I could see that being a 2-quarterback system where you bounce in Fitzpatrick when you need something, kind of much like we saw
with Miami
last year with the Miami Dolphins. So that I think the NFC East is going to be intriguing once again. I don't think it's going to wow anyone, but it's going to come down to the very end with the amount of division games that some of these teams are playing late in the season. And that gives you hope because you can struggle early, but get right back in that race by winning your division.
So last year we went into this thing and we said it's a make or break year for there were a few quarterbacks, right? Baker Mayfield was one of them. He made. I think we had Derek Carr on that list. And I'm going to put him on the list again. Make or break year for a number of quarterbacks to me. Daniel Jones, to me, leads the list, right? I'm putting Derek Carr back on the list. I don't know. I thought he played well. I thought Carr played well. I don't think he was the reason the Raiders missed the playoffs. I thought he played really well. But I don't think they're sold one way or the other. If they can get Aaron Rodgers, they would do it in a heartbeat. I'm going to tell you this. If the Broncos don't get Aaron Rodgers, it's make or break for Drew Lock, isn't it?
Yes.
And for that franchise.
He might not even
start.
Eddie Bridgewater.
No, he might not even start. It's got to be for Kirk Cousins, hasn't it?
It is. Kirk Cousins, we've seen him hit his ceiling. We know he's right there, pretty much league average, can have your moment type of quarterback. And if you have a solid team around Minnesota thought they did, he's ended up being 7-9, and that's Kirk Cousins 7-9, 9-7, 10-6. Well, now that's going to change a little bit because you're playing 17 games. Yep. So hey, at least there's no more 500 football teams. You're going to be in that race, and so Kirk Cousins is there, especially because of the comments. Kellen Mond coming in, and it's like Kellen Mond shouldn't be putting this much pressure on Kirk Cousins at this point in time, but he is because people are just kind of uncertain. Mm-hmm. And especially with Justin Jefferson, the comments that he made earlier this week, like he's not 100% sold on Kirk Cousins. So absolutely, he's on that list.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Jameis on that list, and he did play last year. But that's a franchise that still is a pretty good defense put together and a lot of weapons on offense. They've got a great running back, really good receivers, and they're turning a Hall of Fame quarterback job over to Jameis Winston, who sat last year. So I think Jameis is on that list. And I'm going to give you a guy who's a first-year starter. So typically, first-year starters aren't on that list, but I think Jalen Hurts is on the list in Philly.
Yeah, because with Philadelphia, they're already thinking about, all right, what's going to turn this?
Well, they've screwed this whole quarterback thing up so bad, and now they're like all their eggs are in this basket, and I don't think they like.
And I don't like the direction they've gone. Yeah. I'm a Devontae Smith fan. I think there's no doubt the dude can play in this league. This league is not about safeties blowing you up over the middle.
Yeah,
I don't think he's going to have a problem at all. But I don't like Philadelphia in the past 2 drafts taking wide receivers in the first round. Yeah. That's not good for the future of their franchise. Now, it should help said quarterback play, but overall, they're just not a good team.
So I love the pick of Devontae Smith. I think they whiffed the year before on Jalen Reagor. I think there were so many better receivers in that draft. And retrospect is so good, right? I mean, it's so easy to go back and look at it. But you look at the receivers who were taken after him, and you go, they took him over that guy, that guy, that guy, and that guy. And so they screwed it up. They really screwed it up. And we're going to find out. You know, Carson Wentz is going to tell you in Indianapolis, it was the issue them or him? Because there's a real good chance the issue was the Eagles. If Carson Wentz goes with Frank Reich in Indianapolis and has a pretty good year, everything's going to turn right back to Doug Peterson and what they're doing in Philadelphia and says, really? So it wasn't him after all? It was you guys and all the crap that you put around him?
I think it's more so the Eagles in that case. Carson Wentz did struggle.
He did.
He wasn't
He made
able to be
bad decisions.
The quarterback that we saw before the injury of the guy that could kind of elevate everyone. He was in a rough spot on a bad team. But I want to touch on Jameis Winston real quick, and I agree. This is going to be his last chance to be a legitimate starter. And if it doesn't work, Jameis Winston is going to be that guy that's bounced around rosters that you're like, wait, they signed who? Much like Green Bay signing Blake Bortles. Yeah. Jameis Winston's going to be that guy the next few years.
By the way, Green Bay signed Blake Bortles.
Jameis Winston was signed. This is it for him in a legitimate starting position on a good football team.
Yeah, and now look, he's got an opportunity. If he's good and they win, he's going to make himself a lot of money. And Sean Payton's a genius. 246-0610, 888-922-0610.
F45 functional training. You know what it can do? It can make you good, and it has helped me get the spark back I needed to care about my fitness. With F45 functional training, just 45 minutes is all you need to get a high-intensity, full-body workout. Hit it yesterday. Felt great. Going to hit it again tonight. And they have classes available for you 7 days a week. So just 45 minutes. You can find a way to fit one of these classes into your schedule and get it done. Check them out at f45training.com. Download the F45 app today to check out the Northeast Heights location. It's located 5920 Holly Northeast. So really good access. Paseo and I-25 from wherever you're coming from in the city. And with F45, I love the challenge of the classes. It's a different routine every single day. It's going to keep your mind and body moving forward. You show up, the class is already set up, get your quick warm-up in, and you knock it out and get a fantastic workout in just 45 minutes. Certified trainers at every class to help motivate and modify. The atmosphere is really good, so when you download the app, you look at the schedule of classes, you can sign up for your 7-day free trial as well. Book your class because you're not going to go in there and feel overwhelmed. It's a comfortable setting. When you book your class time, they still manage the class size, so you can just go in there and focus on your workout and getting the best out of that 45 minutes that you can. Full body functional fitness, fast, fun, and results driven. That is F45. So check them out at f45training.com. Download the F45 app today. Team training, life changing. I'll see you at F45.
With
the horn, yes! Nothing but nylon at the... Turnover, Henderson in transition, gonna slam it home. Gonzalez gonna leave it for Hasbury, send it in! Chavez. Natalia across the timeline. She's going to heave it from half court for the
Oh! My goodness!
Chavez hits one from half court for the state championship.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Micah. Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to the Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer 0 for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile
All right, so
on
go through the schedule and what do you like? Rivalry games that are really impressive, really fun, that you're looking forward to. Who's on the hot seat? And this is what the NFL does to you. You don't do this when the baseball schedule comes out. The NBA tries to do it. They try to get you, oh, look, on Christmas Day, LeBron's going to be playing Steph or whatever. Okay. I mean, unless I just don't care. I mean, to tell me, nothing resonates like this.
Oh, the amount of games.
Okay.
You can't have that same intrigue in Major League Baseball when we're sitting here, a team can lose 10 games in a row, and we're like, you know what? It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. It's fair.
You lose 10 games in a row in the NFL, you're done.
Yeah. All right, I got emails coming in. They're coming in this morning. Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Isotopes will be in El Paso tonight. 6:45 is when we take the air. 7 o'clock start. Josh Sushan will crack the mic. Gus said it's El Paso's Cherry Blazer game tonight. It's the emotional home opener. They'll pay tribute to their Nick LeBouz at University Park. Albuquerque's baseball team needs to find a way to survive the early onslaught. If they can do that, I think they can beat the Chihuahuas. Okay. Big one tonight. 1-5. Got to get on the wing, back on the winning ways. You excited to get back out to the ball pitch on Saturday? United and the Austin Bold?
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
You know, thankfully I've been able to attend sporting events over the last couple months, and some of them definitely have had people there. But this will be the largest crowd that I've been around since the restart.
All right, that's going to be Saturday. That'll be fun. Omar says, message to JJ Buck. How come he sent it to me and not you? Just out of curiosity. I mean, I give your email address as much as I give mine. but he's sending a message to you through me. He says, bring it on November 7th when the Broncos come to Texas Stadium. As far as the rest of our schedule, Jeff, are you kidding me? We kick off preseason with the NFL's most stable franchise going to the hated Pittsburgh Steelers? Do you? Okay, you got preseason. I wish August 16th was this weekend. Finally, we don't play Washington until week 14, then we play them 2 out of 3 weeks. Think those games could be chippy? There could be a lot on the line at that point. It's from Omaha. Yeah, there could be a lot on the line. I mean, you're looking at the preseason game. All right. That's how much people care about the NFL, by the way. Do you see who we kick off preseason with? No, honestly, I didn't. I'm not going to lie to you. No, I did not. But I watched. They really stacked division games late. And I think, they should. Don't you think, like everybody, there's a lot of Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Baltimore, Pittsburgh late in the season. As it should be, don't you think? Niners, Rams.
There's a larger chance that those games will mean something.
Yeah. This one's interesting. What did you think of the weather yesterday? It was nice out, wasn't it?
Yes, it was a very nice day.
Todd says, can Newmail do anything about the weather, Jeffy? I went outside yesterday, and with the wind, it was downright chilly. I looked at my watch just to verify it was May 12th. Do you think Newmail can finally deliver some warm weather? I was out there for a lacrosse match. Good thing I sprayed my bald head. Like, it was warm out there. What did I miss? Where was it chilly yesterday?
In the morning?
All right, maybe. Don't you like it, man? In a month from now, you're going to be wishing you had chilly mornings. Bad Street says, Raiders. Jeff, want to see Big Donald's former team, ? Better be ready to shell out some major Bobcat-type money. I mean, the kind of money that only you make for working all these big shows and slumming it down here. But he sent me a story out of the Las Vegas Review-Journal about the cost of going to a Raiders game and how much it's going to be in their new $2 billion stadium. And it says TickPick went to Twitter after the release came out. And so the Monday Night Football matchup with the Ravens, like, tickets are starting at. What do you think? You want to go to Vegas and go catch a game? Opening night, Monday Night Football. What do you think?
$125.
All right, what do you got?
$1.
796.
What?
Dolphins, the Patriots. That was the second highest. That was listed at 403.
That's the cheapest ticket?
That's what it says in the story.
Kidding me?
Now these are second. These aren't face value. These are what they're going for.
Resale.
After
Scalpers.
the Raiders, Wednesday, the cheapest ticket on StubHub, it's not StubHub, for the Raiders-Ravens game was listed at $747.50 when searching for two. Those were in section 411, which is the upper sideline, a regular price ticket. Now, face value, you're in the area, but this is all the way up in the fourth section in the end zone.
Okay.
Face value is $120. Okay.
That's still a little bit of coin.
Yeah, no, it's going to cost you a little bit to the weekend. Hopefully you win in the casino. Outside of week 1, the next highest price Raiders game on StubHub, as of now, week 10 against the Chiefs, cheapest ticket available is $543.95. Then the Bears' cheapest ticket was $442. I mean, that's where you're going. But I was looking at SoFi Stadium just for that Rams game. Upstairs, it's like $280.
Yeah.
Like all the way up in the end zone, top level, $280, and that's face value. Yeah, the NFL's not cheap, man.
Wouldn't you get a better view of it
sitting
on the TV?
Sitting on my couch, and there's no doubt.
Big widescreen.
Well, there's no doubt you would get a better view.
Oh.
Now I think SoFi Stadium, where the Rams play, the new one, is a lot like Dallas, right, where they've got a huge.
Oh, there's an insane amount of screens available.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be able to watch.
But it's like, am I paying $280 to watch a football game or watch a giant television screen?
Or to be in the atmosphere and be there. That's what you're paying the money for.
Paying for the atmosphere.
I mean, there's no doubt that's what you're paying for. Yeah.
And the concession food.
Well, and don't forget parking. And I'm sure, I don't know if I've ever run this, but JJ knows the answer to this. Because you know how people around here complain that they got to pay $5 to go to park at an Isotopes game or a Lobo game, right? It just kills them for $5. I went, this is a number of years ago now, right? It's probably about 6 years ago, 7 years ago, 8 years ago. went to USC UCLA at the Coliseum. And I was lucky enough, I had a parking pass, and I had my favorite parking pass ever because the little punch-out part that goes around your rear view. It punched out in the design, the form of the USC logo. It wasn't just a circle. It was the Trojan head. I thought that was really cool. But anyway, how much do you think parking was at the Coliseum and in the lots right, at the Coliseum for USC UCLA? And this is where the Rams have been playing up until last year.
$25.
Okay. It's $100 to park your car in that lot. Now, you can go off a block or two back as people are waving you into their, hey, I'll take care of your car. Park on my lawn. It's only $60. Take your chances.
Be cheaper to take an Uber at this point.
Yeah, I imagine. Maybe. But as they're surging, and then you got to get Uber in and out and try to catch an Uber. You ever try to catch an Uber after an event?
I've had, since I drive Uber, yeah.
It's brutal.
Yes, it is.
Now, big event, the biggest one I've ever tried to catch an Uber out of was out of the Phoenix Open, the golf tournament in Scottsdale. And it's impossible. And they've got places, everybody's surging, and there's one little spot to get them. So we would walk a mile out and then try to catch one somewhere else. You don't want to walk a mile out of the Coliseum, with all due respect, right? You just, not in that hood.
Mile just to get out of the parking lot.
Well, it's not someplace you just want to be wandering aimlessly.
Well, that's true. Neighborhood?
You just don't. You just don't. But yeah, $100 a park. $100. People here they lose their mind at $5. 505-246-0610. Point is, JJ, enjoy the NFL experience because you're paying for it. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
At Malloy Los Lunas, our
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a roux
#1. Cover it with green stuff. One scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough. Backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Steal coming in. Can she get the point? As Chris, tough shot, gets it to go. West up with it. Nice move by West, puts it up on the layup, scores.
Ron sent me an email. Sugar Bowl, Jeff. Tell Addie to use a little bit of honey instead of sugar in her tea. It's way better. I broke the lid of the Sugar Bowl this morning. Shattered it into pieces. Why do you got a Sugar Bowl out there? Don't eat sugar. I don't know. Easy. So now I'm perusing the interwebs for a new Sugar Bowl to go with our set. I know. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda and J.J. Buck. The NBA announced this morning that they have created and are going to award a new award in honor of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. J.J., when we talk about, and I don't know how often we do this. It always feels too often to me. These conversations about the greatest ever. I think there's a couple of players who get left out of this conversation. It's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, and Bill Russell, and whatever order you want.
Every great center in the history of basketball.
Yeah, I think we leave those three out in whatever order you want to put them. Chamberlain, Jabbar, Russell, Jabbar, Chamberlain, I mean, whatever. And then I think we had this conversation 2 weeks ago when Steph Curry passed Wilt Chamberlain as the all-time leading scorer in the history of the Warriors. The numbers by Chamberlain are like incomparable. When you start putting them up against people, it's stupidity. Kareem was unreal. Kareem had maybe the most unstoppable shot in the history of the game, and that was the skyhook. And well, Jeff, how tough is that? He was 7. He created his own shot with that. Around double teams, triple teams, it was this insane passer. Anyway, the award has nothing to do with a skyhook or anything else. Although he is the league's all-time leading scorer. He was also quite the civil rights activist, and so now the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Award will recognize a player who best embodies Kareem's striving for social justice and racial equality. This was announced this morning. So the winner of the inaugural Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Social Justice Champion Award will be announced during the playoffs. That player will receive $100,000 from the league to donate to an organization of his choosing, and there'll be 4 additional finalists who will receive $25,000 also to donate to an organization of their choosing. Quote from Kareem, "It's nice to see the NBA try to promote social justice awareness, and I'm very flattered they would see fit to name the award after me. I know I have some history with this, so I'm happy the way it's worked out," end quote. Kareem's 74. This seems right, I think. It seems on brand. It seems timely. But it feels to me, and I understand how polarizing some of this has been. And so it feels to me bringing in a guy like Kareem and putting his name on this award can, I'm not certain it will, help unify things when it comes to social justice. I don't think it will, but I think it has potential. Does that make sense?
I think it's a good thing for the NBA to do because you still have to walk the walk. And their players over the last year have dealt with things that we haven't seen in quite some time. And someone like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was dealing with in his life and everything that's going on to recognize and award players for their work, I think goes in line with what the NBA is trying to do to inspire positive player stories in their communities and across the league.
Yeah, I think nobody, I shouldn't say nobody. I think the majority of us believe in social justice. I think the majority of us believe in equality and people should be treated equally. And in some respects, that's where the consensus has ended over the last year and a half. How things have been done is become polarizing. And so, to your point, walking the walk and wrapping it around a guy like Kareem, it's multi-generational, right? Yeah. I think it brings the old school guy back into it a little bit and says, well, yeah, it's a Kareem Award. Look, it's not going to bring everybody in. I applaud them for this. I think this is the right way on this. And to your point, continuing to recognize work that's being done in the areas of social justice, people who are doing things, whatever the right way happens to be, however they deem that. I don't know how they're going to decide this award, but I think it's the right thing and good for them, and there'll be another award and put Kareem's name on it. What are they going to do with Kobe's name? What do you think that goes on? I mean, people were saying put it on the championship trophy. Some of his names are already on that. You need to cancel culture Larry O'Brien.
I think didn't they do it with the All-Star game this year?
Is it the All-Star MVP? Because I was thinking the final there's not a name, anybody's name on the finals MVP, right?
I thought it was Russell.
Bill Russell, because he presents it, so it's the Bill Russell Award. Okay, all right. Then maybe the All-Star game. I think Kobe's name's going to go on something as we get through. Just continue to move on and on. Lakers raised the banner last night. Jeff, they raised the banner with 3 games left in the season and against the worst team in the league.
It is the Bill Russell NBA Finals most valuable player.
That's why Bill Russell's always there to present it. No, that's absolutely right. Lakers win 124-122 over the Rockets last night. Rockets are horrible. Lakers played without LeBron James and Anthony Davis last night. Needed that win after the Portland victory earlier in the evening to not clinch a spot in the play-in tournament, the 7th seed. They still are going to need to win out their last 2 games on the road against Indiana and New Orleans over the weekend and hope that Portland loses out. They'll be in Phoenix tonight, and then they close against Denver at home. If Portland wins one of those or the Lakers lose one, then the Lakers will be in that 7-8 game, which will be next week, just to get into the grid, as they're calling it, JJ. That's the term, the grid. That's what the kids are calling it these days, and to be able to get there. I think if they get healthy, it doesn't matter if they have to play in a 7-8 game, and if they don't, it doesn't matter if they have to play in a 7-8 game, right? If they don't have LeBron and Anthony Davis, then they're not going to win the championship. And if they do, I think they've got a real good chance to get through the West. And I'm going to sit here and tell you, I expect it to be Lakers and Nets in the finals, and I expect the Nets to win. And I was thinking about this last night. Give me the super team that didn't win. In this era of putting these teams together, the Heat did, the Warriors did. And I expect the Nets to. And the Lakers did last year. Yeah. I expect the Nets to do it. I mean, the model has been fairly absolute. While certainly not perfect, they don't win every year. The Heatles didn't win every year. The Warriors didn't win every year. But they win. I can't recall one of these teams that was put together that didn't win a championship. And
the only thing is in year one.
Right. The Lakers did in their first year with Anthony Davis, correct? The Warriors did in their first year with Kevin Durant, and they had won previously. You're right. The Heat did not in year one, and then LeBron went back home. And did he win his first year back up there? I think he did, right? With Kyrie?
I don't know if it was year one.
Yeah.
I just can't recall. But it was they still got there.
Yeah.
And that, like, you look at the Heat, they didn't win it right off the bat, but they got there and they continued to get there over and over and over and over again. And I think we're going to see that with the Nets. Is they're going to?
There's too much there, and even though I question their defense, and I do, I just think they'll outscore you. Give me Lakers healthy, Nets healthy. Who wins?
Lakers, Nets. Who's healthy? I'm liking the Nets.
I am too. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. I got emails that come in this morning. Jeff or JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. On the Twitter, JJ's a great follow. You should follow JJ Buck at _JJ Buck. Aaron is producing on the TV side. You can watch the show on our Facebook page, The OD in the AM, and of course on their social media and YouTube channel, ProView Networks. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Especially the team like Naval Prep with so many weapons. 3 to beat the horn. Yes! Nothing but nylon at the... Turnover. Henderson in transition, going to slam it home. Gonzalez going to leave it for Hasbury. Send it in. We get it into Chavez. Natalia across the timeline. She's going to heave it from half court for the win.
Oh! My goodness!
Chavez hits one from half court for the state championship.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer 0 for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus. No jobs. Sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players. Are you looking to develop your skills?
Lobo Hobo's going to make a hot take. Huh? He said, I'm going to make a hot take, Jeff. LeBron is done. Whoa. Once you get injuries at his age, they just start to pile up. We saw it with other Lakers at this point. Steve Trash. I said Trash to make it funny. Kobe, etc. From Lobo Hobo. That's how he wrote it, by the way. Steve Trash. I said Trash to make it funny. He's 36, 7? A lot of miles on that body.
It is.
A lot of miles on the body. I mean, he was injured 2 years ago. He was injured this season. Is this where they start? I mean, yes, on athletes, this is where they start to pile up, especially athletes with mileage like he's got on his body. I'm not going to tell you he's done, though. I'm not willing to go there.
I'm not either with an ankle sprain. This was torn Achilles, a torn knee. That would be a different conversation. It's a sprained ankle.
I'm not ready to go there. Grady said, super team that didn't win, Houston, ? Westbrook, Paul, and Harden. And as you pointed out, I said, were they all three together? And they weren't, were they not?
They were not.
Yeah. And by the way, there was another team that was more super at that point. And he said, they weren't super enough. I just, to me, and you know what's crazy? This could be a different calendar because where are we? We're coming up on Memorial Day, right? Next week. Typically, in a typical year, we got 2 weeks left. The Stanley Cup final, remember the Stanley Cup final is singular, is about a week away from hoisting the cup, and then the NBA finals are about 2 to 2.5 weeks away. And we're just starting the playoffs. This calendar is going to stretch through mid-July, taking you right into training camp, right? There's not going to be that month and a half, 2 month between basketball and the start of football. This is a different calendar this year. I don't know what that does to the bodies as we go through, okay? You saw a condensed schedule. They tried to get as much as they can in because of everything that was going on with COVID. That's why you're seeing so many more games where you don't have your superstars playing, your load management, whatever it is. You're seeing guys being way more cautious coming back from injuries. James Harden was out for how many games? LeBron's missed 26? Right, Anthony Davis missed a lot. I think you're seeing more back-to-backs this year, more 2 games in 3 nights. This is a different season, as was last year. I don't know. Is there even a plan next year to get back to somewhat of a regular calendar?
I have to believe yes.
But there was talk about starting this thing Christmas. So I mean, if they're going to make that move, this is the time to make that move.
It would be.
I mean, there's just, you don't go back and you say, this is what we're going to do.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah, I think their board of governors has got to decide, look, we've been talking about starting this thing in December. If we're ever going to do it, now is the time. Do they like this calendar? I think a lot of it, their rating's going to be good for the finals in the summer. More people are traveling. There's less people at home, right? Your playoffs would have started in April. Now they're going to start in mid-May. It's 1 month, but really school's out. Yeah. Right? More people are traveling. What's the TV ratings going to look like? I really believe that's going to drive a lot of it, don't you?
I do. I still think that whether we're talking early June or late June for the NBA Finals, I don't think that's going to have a dramatic effect on them.
Is it going into July, isn't it?
And then, too, if it is early July, there's a holiday weekend right there.
Yeah.
And
look, I'm down.
Prime TV spot because it's the NBA or Major League Baseball.
No, I'm down. And then the Olympics are coming in, too, right?
That's not until like August.
Is that when that is?
Yeah, isn't it?
Oh, but we need a little management, JJ. We've been playing a lot, and I mean,
why would it? I don't blame any superstars if they want to go play in the Olympics.
No, look, I don't blame them if they don't want to play it at all. It's the Olympics, and it's still kind of special. I think it is still special, right?
It's nice
putting USA on your chest and going to play and getting a gold medal. And the guys who have those gold medals, like that's been Carmelo's biggest deal. That's the biggest thing he's ever won, right?
I think there's plenty of good players that you don't necessarily need LeBron or Kawhi showing up to have a chance.
505-246-0610. That's how to get to us. Another hour. Get into the NFL schedule more. What do you think of your team's schedule? Packers signed a quarterback. It's almost funny. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
Calling all all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Steal coming in. Can she get the point?
As Chris, tough shot, gets it to go.
West up with it. Nice move by West, puts it up on the layup, scores.
Especially the team like Naval Prep with so many weapons.
3 to beat the horn, yes! Nothing but nylon at the... Turnover, Henderson in transition, gonna slam it home. Gonzalez going to leave it for Hasbury. Send it in. Get it into Chavez. Natalia across the timeline. She's going to heave it from half court for the win.
Oh! My goodness!
Chavez hits one from half court for the state championship.
Wow.
Unbelievable!
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440. Extreme Clean.
I'm their quarterback. Big headlines in the NFL today. What's up? It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Aaron is producing on the TV side. You can watch us on ProView Networks. Robert Cat here today, but not tomorrow. What do you get, the day off tomorrow, or like the morning off, or the whole day, or like how does that work for you tomorrow?
I am not scheduled at either station tomorrow.
Look at you. It's like Memorial Day. on
no.
a Thursday. Or what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's a Friday?
Tomorrow is Friday.
Tomorrow's a Friday. It's like a day off for you.
No, I don't have days off.
All right. Well, tomorrow you do.
No days off.
I have, just like you, I have other
days
things
off.
going on.
All got other things going on because we ain't making a living in radio.
That's right.
I get
yeah.
it. No, I get it.
And I wanted to respond. Am I supposed to be paid for this? Going back to the how
Again,
much the
talk to Carlisle and
Oh,
the people who take. I mean, all I do is sit here and talk to a mic. I don't know anything. I'm not smart. You know that. I'm not nearly smart enough, and I've been made very aware of that neither one of us are smart enough to make decisions like that.
Well, that's why we're doing radio.
Yeah, well,
we love it.
just idiots who can bloviate for 3 hours at a time, right?
Pretty much.
I mean, isn't that kind of how, right? That's all. I mean, I know I'm not smart. Like I'm one of the. Here's what I've learned in life. Like I said, I'm not very smart. How do I say this?
Carefully.
Where are we going with this?
Well, okay. We've all met people who are not very bright, right? We run across them in our lives, but not many of them don't know that they're not bright, right? When people who are not bright love to use big words and try to talk and regurgitate, and I'm one of the few people who will tell you who knows he's not very bright.
Okay.
That's all. How many
you
people
are about some things.
No, I'm dumb as
sports.
hell, dude. I'm dumb. I'm an idiot. I'm down with that. I'm comfortable within my parameters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is important to know.
But most people who are not smart have no idea they're not smart.
Well, yeah. I can think of a few politicians that fit that
But
bill.
they think they're smart,
yes.
right? Right?
Yes, they do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just normal people. Yeah.
I'm willing to own it. I'm an idiot. I'm
Okay.
down. I'm not smart.
All right.
I can bloviate. I've got that. What I've got is I can
talk.
I can
for a
run it
long
for
time.
3 hours.
Yes.
Right, JJ?
And you do it well.
Now JJ Buck is smart.
He just lets you talk.
Sometimes.
Most of the time.
Sometimes. All right, JJ, the Packers signed a quarterback. A veteran quarterback. Not Aaron Rodgers. They signed Blake Bortles to a 1-year deal. You feel good about that? Now you got Blake Bortles and Jordan Love and
I love backup quarterbacks in the NFL. It's one of my favorite things.
Well, you know I do too.
Because most of these guys, you're like, what? This dude. But guess what? You're a good dude who's great in practice. Kind of sounds like Tim Tebow, right? But a lot of these guys, I'm just sticking around. If you need them for a game and you're like, more than that, you're going to be in trouble anyway. So why the heck not bring in Blake Bortles for the fallback to save your franchise if Aaron Rodgers isn't there?
Well, there's no other quarterback on the roster besides Jordan Love, or at least there wasn't. What's the difference between Blake?
Jordan Love feel this offseason, by the way. Everyone is already telling him he's no good.
Has anybody talked
He
to him?
can't play. The Packers are like, and we'll see. What's up with Jordan Love?
Has anybody heard from Jordan Love? Has he said a word? I mean, I almost feel bad for him. He's hated. He hasn't done anything.
He just keeps checking his account as long as the direct deposits are going through. He's like, I'm good. I got that first round rookie deal.
Yeah, there's so much. There's potentially so much pressure on that dude because they're one phone call away from making him the guy that replaced Aaron Rodgers. Now, whether he's ready now, whether he's not ready now, he literally is one buzz of his phone away from, hey, man, it's time, right? Whether you're ready or not. Tell me the difference between Blake Bortles and Blaine Gabbert. Blake Bortles, Blaine Gabbert. Give me a couple of those other guys. What's the difference?
No, I think a lot of people think they're the same person.
I kind of do. Look, whatever this does for you. I mean, knock yourself out. Good for you. They needed another body. Is it bad to feel for Jordan Love? Jeff, what do you feel for Jordan Love for? He was a first-round pick. He's making a bunch of money. He's in a situation where he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything, and yet he's caused this rift within the Packers organization by just existing. No, tell me I'm wrong.
You are right on. Jordan Love just being himself might have ruined Aaron Rodgers and the Packers relationship.
No, what'd you do? I don't know. I was a pretty decent. I mean, I had a really good New Mexico Bowl one year, and we won this really cool pottery trophy, and then I got drafted, and now people hate me because I just here I am. I mean, honestly, what did that guy do? When I met him, the time I spent with Jordan Love, actually, a really pleasant, nice young man, respectful. I think he's a talented quarterback. And yet here he is, and I feel bad for that guy.
Yeah, he just unfortunately was the straw that broke the camel's back with Aaron Rodgers and everything that.
What did he do?
Gone over the last couple. He existed, and he just happened to be the name that Green Bay decided to call in the first round.
This guy's a Packer fan. Hello, Jess. Was wondering when we'd hear from you. How you living?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
Good. What's happening?
Well, on the Jordan Love thing, of course I'm not going to take his side, but it's sad that I think the majority of all this could have been solved with a phone call.
I think that's right.
I mean, Mike Holmgren came out and said it. Multiple coaches have come out and said it. You've seen the example set by other organizations.
Niners just did it.
And they're not telling those quarterbacks or asking for permission to draft a guy. That's not it's not what's being said. It's just that, hey, this is what we're going to do. Here's a heads up.
And why?
So I think that when you don't do something like that, as small as a decision to not do that is, I think from Aaron Rodgers' standpoint, then he has absolutely no say in anything. And I'm not saying he should be GM too and make decisions, but I think that he should have some influence. And I think that's okay, because if you look at somebody like Tom Brady, which we always use this as an example because he's the top dog, he, I think, has a lot of say in what he's going to bring in for roster.
I'm going to ask you a question, because I'm going to kind of push you on this. While I agree that they should have made a phone call, so let's say they make the phone call and say, "Hey, Aaron, here, I just want you to know we're trading up, we're drafting Jordan Love because we think he's talented and blah blah blah. Why aren't you getting a receiver? This is what we're going to decide to do. Well, I think you should do this." So what if Aaron Rodgers then pushes back? Then what?
I think that's okay, too, because, like I said, I think they should have made the phone call. Now, personally, I don't think they should have made the pick anyway. If Aaron Rodgers is your quarterback for the foreseeable future, and at the time, he was still 36, I believe, coming off phenomenal season, and a season they were a game away from the Super Bowl, I still look at that as a wasted pick. And if you're talking contract extension with him now for at least another 3 or 4 years, that's even more of a wasted pick.
Yeah, I think that's right. And I disagreed with the pick, and I think Aaron would have. But everybody seems to think that if you would have given him the courtesy of a call to give him a heads up, somehow that would have been okay. And while I think that would have been the right thing to do, the guy wasn't going to sit there and go, "Oh, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, go do it." He was still going to go, "What the hell are we doing? That's not what we need, and I'm still here." So I don't think that solved everything.
No, it didn't solve everything. It would have cushioned the blow, I guess you would say. But, not drafting a wide receiver. And then, we've seen all the statistics of how many first-round receivers versus second-round, and I think that can be completely arbitrary. It just depends on who you pick. If they pick a guy in the late first round who turns out to be a all-pro Hall of Famer, then, who cares about those other stats? We'll see how this guy in the second round they picked this year, Amari Rodgers, turns out. And now, from going forward, it almost seems like anybody that they bring in wide receiver or pick is just to shut fans up, keep Aaron Rodgers happy, all that. But when they're coming off the runs they've had in the last 2 years, you'd think they would be reloading in areas that they need help in. So I agree with you in that sense. Why are you not trying to do that and picking something for the future? Because I understand you need a pick to the future, but in the NFL, there is no future sometimes. You have no idea what's going to happen. You may not know the next time you're going to be in an NFC championship.
If you're in a window now, that window closes next year in so many cases. When we were having this conversation about what's too much for the Broncos to give up for Aaron Rodgers, well, he's only going to be here for 2 or 3 years is all he's going to be good. Well, damn it, then you give up your first-round picks for the next 2 years because
they did it with Peyton Manning, and look what happened.
Exactly right. And then the window closes, and look what happened. Look at the window closed in New England, and look what they became.
Exactly, and the same thing may happen at Tampa Bay in the next couple of years. As soon as Tom Brady's done, who knows the next time they're going to be in. When you have a generational Hall of Fame quarterback, you do anything. If I was these other teams like Denver, I'd give up 5 first-round picks if you thought you could win the Super Bowl at least once. And then I would trust that team is going to do everything they can to bring in the talent that I'd need as a quarterback to win that Super Bowl. But I think Green Bay is going to do now. You've got the PR battle. They don't look good, in my opinion. I don't think Brian looks good. The GM, Gutekunst, he does not look good. When you don't make that phone call, and then other things that have happened, I think when they let Jake Kummerow go without letting Aaron Rodgers know, who was one of his favorite wide receivers, the next day after he mentioned he was one of his favorite wide receivers, they let him go. When you let your quarterback coach go and don't call the quarterback, that's another. There's a list of things that are simple communication that could have solved a lot of these issues. People think Aaron
I don't know if they'd
Rodgers
have
is
solved
just
everything.
being a diva.
I think, to your point, I think it would have softened the blow. It would have it's shown that the team's trying to have a relationship. I don't know what would have solved everything. I mean, to say, hey, we're bringing in your replacement just to let you know, somehow that's going to make him feel better. Oh, okay, well, at least they let me know.
Right. But I think that was the decision after all those. It's like the quarterback coach thing is ridiculous. If you're going to fire or let go of the quarterback coach, you should probably call the quarterback. It's unbelievable. But we'll see where it goes. I think they're going to get something done. The fact that Rodgers has gone back and forth, or the agent, whoever, is positive. And I think that he knows that he kind of has them by the you-know-what. Because what are you going to do? Because as a Green Bay fan, I know the moment Jordan Love starts playing, if it's, let's say it's this year, we're 4th in that division, and we're probably one of the worst teams in the conference, period, point blank. That's just how the NFL works. That kid's not ready. They've said he's not ready. Brian Gutekunst said the other week that he's not ready. And Green Bay knows they have him. Rodgers knows they have Green Bay, just under that. He's got him, behind the gun. He knows it. So they got to get it done and go from there. And just real quick, Tim Tebow getting a job, I think, is one of the most pathetic things in sports, period. Period, point blank. I saw this on Facebook the other day. He's like the Make-A-Wish athlete. You want to play quarterback? Here you go, Tim. Oh, you want to play baseball? Grab a bat. Here you go, Tim. After 10 years of not playing football, you want to play football again? Here you go, Tim. We all love you. Well, guess what? I don't. I think it's sad, and I think this is if that guy does make the team, which is a big if, 10 years of not playing football is a lot. I think he's going to get smoked on the field, and there's going to be dudes looking to smoke him on the field. Personally, they're going to want to kill that dude.
Jess, appreciate you.
Thank you. Have a good one, guys.
Kill him for what? Like what did Tim Tebow do to a dude? If he makes that team, he made the team on merit, right? If he makes the team, he makes the team on merit, doesn't he?
I'm not 100%.
I don't think he's going to make the team. I'm with you. I don't think he makes the team. Does he have a job? He's got a job tryout. He's got a tryout.
I don't think it's 100%. He'll make the team and be like, oh my gosh, he was so good. I could see everyone going, oh, it's going to be a process. It's going to take some time. We're going to have Tim, because he's the only one that's given Tim the opportunity at this point in time.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to make yourself into something different, because everyone says, Tim Tebow, the athlete, he's such in good shape. Well, guess what? You can get in shape yourself. F45 Functional Fitness, and maybe you too can be the next third-string tight end for the Jacksonville Jaguars. With F45 training, it's 45-minute classes, high-intensity, full-body functional fitness. The classes are fantastic. It's a new workout every day, whether it's Redline on Mondays, which is more of a cardio-based workout, but you're not just on a treadmill for 45 minutes or a row or a stationary bike. You're doing a lot of different movements that get your heart rate pumping, and yes, you get your heart rate going. It comes down. High intensity interval training. It is fantastic, and the workouts are phenomenal. If you're looking to kickstart your fitness or challenge yourself to get to another level, F45 Training is the place for you. Check them out at f45training.com. Download the F45 app today. You can take a look at the Northeast Heights location, 5920 Holly Northeast. Look at the schedule of classes. They have classes available 7 days a week, and oh, guess what? You can sign up for your 7-day free trial, so you can get in the gym and check it out. And I love these workouts and the different challenges that it presents. Sure, there's traditional weight training. I still do that, but I like F45 because it helps you push yourself to a different level with the variety of workouts, different tempo sets, reps, etc. throughout the entire week. So check them out at F45training.com. Download the F45 app. You can look at the schedule of classes and sign up for your 7-day free trial and book your class. So they're still managing class size, so you're going to feel comfortable anytime that you go into the gym. You can just focus on getting the best workout that you can. F45training.com. Download the F45 app. Team training, life changing. I'll see you at F45.
Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Micah, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Man. It's Stevie here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer 0 for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red.
Brought up. Could it all been settled with a phone call. I don't know that it would have been settled. I mean, I know Mike Holmgren, the former head coach in Green Bay and the head coach in Seattle, and a long-time football guy, a long-time well-respected football guy, said what we all think, that the Packers probably owed Aaron Rodgers the courtesy of at least letting him know what the thought process was before they drafted Jordan Love and let him know what was going on. Now, I sit here and tell you, what would that have done? Would it have eased the blow? I guess, but I'm going to take the position where it very well may have made it worse. What if Aaron Rodgers said, no, I don't think you should do that. We need a receiver, or we need this guy or this guy. And they said, well, we're not really asking you. We're giving you the courtesy of letting you know what we're doing. Does that make it worse? If Aaron Rodgers was told, we're taking Jordan Love, here's why. And then Aaron Rodgers comes back and says, I disagree. You guys, it's a bad move. I'm here. I'm still in my prime. We need this. And they say, Aaron, we're not asking you. We're giving you the courtesy. Does that soften the blow, or does that sour things even more? Because I'll sit here and tell you, I think that would sour it even more.
I don't think it sours it even more. I think it adds ways for you to work through it, because you started the initial conversation. At this point in time with Aaron Rodgers, everyone keeps saying talk. What are we talking about?
What are we talking about?
What does he want?
Fair.
Does he want more money? Because you can't go get him anything at this point in time. Who's out there to sign that's going to be like, oh, I feel much better? No one at this point.
No, that's
so stop telling me about communication conversation. At this point in time, is he done with Green Bay, or are you just going to re-up him, dump some more signing bonus on him, give him a bigger guarantee, and he's happy?
Yeah, I think that's fair. But when we have this conversation about talking, everybody says it would have been settled if they'd have told him. I don't know that it would have, because then he can take you can say from Green Bay's point it would have eased the pain. Well, at least they told him, they included him on the conversation. They didn't include him on the decision making. They include him on the conversation. But Aaron could say, well, then why'd they even tell me? Why'd they ask for my opinion if they already knew what they were going to do? And the response would be, we didn't ask your opinion, bro. We gave you a heads up. You're not management, dude. You're an employee. Well, if I'm just an employee, then get rid of me. Right? I don't know that it's as simple as they should have told him. I think he should have been in on it. I will go there. I think that's right. But all I'm telling you is, how is Aaron Rodgers going to respond? Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. Thanks for the call. That wasn't going to be the response.
The pick is the problem, not the phone call.
Yes.
Yeah, ultimately, I'm with you, Jeff. Like, you can have that line of communication, and there are definitely athletes in certain franchises that you have that line of communication. To everyone's point, like, he's not going to make the pick, but what it did is all of a sudden Aaron's like, oh, so you're putting a clock on my career.
Exactly right. And he's seen it done from the other side before.
He's like, I've been here. Yeah. I know how this works out. That's how I got the job.
Yeah.
You said peace out to Brett Favre. And so whether or not they called him, it was drafting Jordan Love accelerated this process.
And I feel bad for Jordan Love, because he didn't do anything but exist. And somehow he's the villain, and he seems like a good enough guy. I don't think he said anything derogatory. He's just not good enough. And he hadn't even played a snap yet. And he's not good enough, and he never will be good enough. You can go out there and get him to the wild card in his first year. Sure as hell ain't good enough. He ain't Brett Favre. He ain't Aaron Rodgers. I feel for him. Lance, good morning. How you living?
Okay, it's nice to hear from a true sports animal, Jess. Stays with his team no matter what.
Yep.
Now, you hear the frustration in there, but they could win one game or none, and he's still a Green Bay fan, like I'm a Donkey fan. Instead of the guy that calls in at 8 o'clock in the morning every day, now he's switching over slowly to Tampa Bay gear, And besides, it's good for the show when he comes on. Be careful what you ask for. I mean, he's torched me in the past as much as I try to get the upper hand. But it takes me back. And Big Donald, too. I miss him more than people should think. And some of my friends go, well, why are you thinking of Big Donald? It's like, he's a sports animal legend. He's still alive, and all of us.
No doubt.
God bless, folks. Have a good day.
All right, see you. No doubt. I think of McDonald a lot. I just, if you want to get in on it, help me understand it. If you've got, because I thought Justice Call was great. But he said it all could have been solved with a phone call. I don't know that I think that's right. It could have been eased. It could have been altered with a phone call. A phone call would have been right. A phone call would have been appropriate. It would have been respectful. It would have been appropriate. It would have been illustrative of that's our franchise player. But so the phone call saying, I mean, do you feel, let's say you're the top performer at what you do. You sell whatever it is you sell for your company. And you're the top performer. And they're bringing someone in to replace you, whether it's next year or the year after, whatever. And they tell you that they're bringing them in. Does that make you feel better? Hey, you're the VP of sales. Just so you know, we're bringing in the VP of sales from our competitor. He's going to be behind you. He's really, he's good at his place. He's going to work underneath you. You feel good about that?
No, and it was Green Bay thinking they were doing the right thing. Like, hey, we've been here before. We do got to start thinking about the future. But you are not going to go from great quarterback to great quarterback to great quarterback, thinking that you are going to hit this out of the park the second time around.
You can try.
By drafting Jordan Love. But regardless of calling Aaron Rodgers or not, he's Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. He won the MVP of that league. You still expect him to play at that level for the next few years. This isn't Andy Dalton. This isn't Jimmy Garoppolo, where those guys were like, hey, we're bringing in a quarterback.
Jimmy Garoppolo and told him.
But that's understandable. Yeah. If you're Jimmy G, you're like, all right, I've been injured. I got to prove it.
Yeah.
It's Aaron Rodgers. That's a different level, cat. Like, those guys understand that, all right, someone's going to try to come take my job. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers ain't feeling that way.
I think we're on the same page as everybody is. Yeah. They owed him a heads up. But JJ, I don't think it would have made all that big of a difference. Because I don't know what everybody said. Well, they should have called. They should have told him. Unless they were going to include him on the process and actually take his input into consideration on what they did with that pick, what was that call going to do? How do you think you or Aaron Rodgers would have handled the call that says, hey, just so you know, we're trading, not just taking this guy, we're trading assets to move up to take the guy who is going to replace you. And somehow you all are sitting here telling me that was going to ease the tensions? How is he going to respond? The response was, bleep that. What are we doing? We need a receiver. We need a defensive end. We need a left tackle. We don't need a damn quarterback in the first round. And so somehow you're telling me, well, that would have eased the tensions. No, it wouldn't have. Your point is dead on. While while it was an error to not call him, that wasn't what this is about. This is about Jordan Love. And I feel bad for Jordan Love because by every account, he's a pretty nice guy, including my personal account. And he didn't do a damn thing, but he's public enemy number one.
And he just happens to be the guy that accelerated the clock in Aaron Rodgers' departure.
There's no doubt. 505-246-0610. Love your thoughts on it. Just make the phone call. Everything will be fine. Really? What about his response? Because his response is going to be bleep you. It's the opening drive at 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Chili breakfast burritos and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green
and keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
The sports animal! Woohoo! Boy, wait till someone gets Aaron Rodgers' comment on the Blake Bortles signing. Just look out now. Blake Bortles is the new third string guy. Is he the backup? Is Jordan Love ready to be the number 2 guy yet?
At this point, you'd hope so.
He's got to be, right?
Especially when you look at last year. And everyone's like, oh, the offseason didn't have it. Well, I just saw a bunch of other rookie quarterbacks come in and play pretty well without an offseason. And you're telling me Jordan Love couldn't even be the backup quarterback for y'all?
Herbert was pretty good. Tua Tagovailoa was decent. I mean, I watched Joe Burrow was all right until he got hurt. You're right. Now it's second. It's time to go. It's time to go. 505-246-0610. Bobcat's on load management tomorrow. Lobo Hobo says, load management for Bobcat tomorrow. Huh? Does that mean we get a Steph Cat hoe? You should freak her out and tell her that she needs to hoe by herself. All right. Well, we'll try that. John's in on Tebow with a different thought process than Jess has. Good morning, OD. I hope Tebow makes the Jags roster, he says. If he does, it will be on merit and more power to him. If he doesn't make it, at least he tried, and the haters can say, I told you so. He's in shape. He takes care of himself. He hasn't taken a football beating in a while, so he won't be nursing nagging injuries. Further, he's a high-character guy, just the kind of guy professional sports needs. If he makes it, I can't wait for him to excel in his new role so it can shut up all the naysayers. It's from John. 2 completely opposite takes on that one dude. Right? Jess is like, I'm disgusted. He shouldn't be in football. Why is he getting a job? This is ridiculous. 10 years out of the game, playing a new position. He's getting it because the head coach was his college coach. Right? I mean, yeah. And people feel that he's good for the game and whatever he is.
Then my biggest thing is, why wasn't he around then? If he's so good, why was he not a third-string quarterback somewhere? I think that's a bunch of BS.
He went as a quarterback.
Yeah, but he's good for the locker room. That's what everyone's telling me.
That's what
that he deserves every opportunity because he's such a great guy. And no one's denying that. But why does that give him a bunch of second, third, fourth, fifth, eighth chances? There's a lot of the good dudes in the league that just don't have the platform.
There's bad dudes who are getting second and third and fourth. There's bad dudes who are getting second
Talent
and third and
equals
fourth
chances.
Okay.
I think some people are so hung up on acting like this is Tim Tebow at Florida. Like he's going to come in there and give some pregame speech where the Jacksonville Jaguars are then going to go out and go to the playoffs.
Yeah, I hear that too, and that's where that's wrong. I guess this doesn't bother as much as it bothers everybody else, because if it works, it's going to be on merit. If it doesn't, he's going to get laughed out of the room.
All. There's no way that he's going to look good in camp without them giving a roster spot.
Then he's out.
And I think they're going to give him a roster spot and say he needs to develop.
Well, then you put him on the taxi squad.
There's no way this dude who's never played tight end in his career. There's a lot of people that are in shape. Yeah. I can go to the gym and find someone that's just as good in shape as Tim Tebow. Right, doesn't mean he's NFL tight end.
Yeah,
I just think it's crazy. And I'm with you. Like, I don't know why this bothers me so much as well. I was sitting there going, all right, if Tim Tebow makes it, kind of whatever. But I'm looking at it overall, and so many people are all in. Like, yeah, he's a good character guy. Yeah, this or that. Well, then why hasn't he stuck around anywhere else if that's what it was all about?
You know, I watch way worse guys than this guy get third and fourth chances. Way worse guys. Yeah. And I know the conversation, we haven't had it yet, goes back to Colin Kaepernick. And that's why some people are really upset. That guy can't get a job, and this guy can. And I understand from some perspective that conversation. But I've watched way worse guys get chance after chance. You know what? They want to bring this guy to like it doesn't kill me like it's killing so many other people.
Well, because
I think he's going to get laughed out of camp.
And those, because I look at it, and I didn't even equate this to Kaepernick's situation. I didn't go there at all with it in Tim Tebow, because for me, it's the other people that we're talking about getting second and third chances have been playing football.
I understand.
And with Tebow, I just think it is so hit or miss, because there's no way that he's making this roster on merit.
That's right.
There's no way.
I don't think he's making the roster, and so that's for me, period.
Just, my biggest thing is, why would you do it then? Like, if you're Urban Meyer, you haven't even been there yet. You have reports of people on your staff just going, dude, you can't be doing this already. Like, you already tried to give your boy Chris Doyle an opportunity. That didn't work out. Now you're bringing Tim Tebow in. If he's such a good guy, bring him in on staff. Like, stop telling me how good Tim Tebow is. We know that. That's not going to matter in terms of
puts an end to it.
Like Trevor Lawrence being great, because Tim Tebow is such a great character guy.
Then maybe this finally puts an end to it. Tommy, good morning. Thanks for holding. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. Hi, Tommy.
Well, the thing with Tim Tebow, guys, the way I feel about it, I don't think he's going to make a roster. He's only getting that chance because of the coach, of course, and that's it. But to me, it's like, if he really wanted to do this, why didn't he do it long ago and just quit baseball? Why didn't he, at the time when they're telling him, you're not a quarterback, I think he had the worst completion percentage in the league at like 40%, which is in the history of the league. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Why didn't he do it a long time ago?
Well, because there was a chance he was going to make the big leagues, right? I mean, there was a chance where there was a time where people were saying, oh, he may make the Mets roster this year. And then look at him rising in baseball, and he never made the big leagues. I think he was taking a shot at that. I mean, I'll respect that he changed and he went over there and he was trying to make the big leagues and then realized he couldn't. I got to believe, you're either all in on something or you're not. And I'm going to guess he was all in on baseball.
Yeah, and the thing about Rodgers, again, as the Rodgers turns, it depends on what's said in the conversation. If he was given a phone call, how they approached him. If they said, look, we're thinking about drafting this guy. We're thinking about drafting this guy as your replacement. We don't know where you're going to be 2 to 4 years. Then Rodgers comes back and saying, well, I could still play. Are you guys going to help me out? Or are you thinking about drafting a receiver? It just depends on what's being said between the two parties. We'll never know. And I also think Rodgers has the ability. I don't think he likes to talk very much or just reach out. Maybe he should have reached out himself and started talking.
Well, but he had no idea. I don't think that they were going to draft him. Should he have reached out and said, here's what we need to do? Your point's right. We'll never know because it never happened.
We don't know. I don't think Rodgers, likes to reach out himself and say, hey, I'd like to talk to you guys about something. I think he just kind of waits. And you should reach out sometimes. You are the leader of that team. You are the quarterback. Russell Wilson, has reached out. Apparently, Brady reaches out. Why not you reach out to them and say, hey, Cam, I need to talk to you guys. That's all you got to say. And then take it from there and see what happens,
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. That's good. Thanks, Tommy.
Hi, guys.
If you're going to reach out, if you're sincerely going to take his thoughts into consideration, that's fine. But don't just tickle him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I just want to add, too, on the Tim Tebow thing. I think this is more about Urban Meyer than it is Tim Tebow. And so I don't begrudge Tebow for taking the chance at all.
Yeah.
Like in saying, hey, you're going to let me play baseball? Hey, you're going to let me come work out? Yeah, absolutely. You could take that opportunity if it's there and you ask and it's given. To me, it's just more about I just don't see this ending up well for Urban
It
Meyer.
doesn't end up well. Bob, you want me to take the call? You want me to go to break? Where do you want me to go? All right, I got a break. I got two lines open, 505-246-0610. We'll hit them when we come back on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Oh, here's the steal coming in. Can she get the points? As Chris, tough shot, gets it to go.
West up with it. Nice move by West. Puts it up on the layup. Scores.
Especially the team like Naval Prep with so many weapons.
Three to beat the horn. Yes! Nothing but nylon at the... Turnover. Henderson in transition. Going to slam it home. Gonzalez going to leave it for Hasbury. Send it in! Get it into Chavez. Natalia across the timeline. She's going to heave it from half court for the
Oh! My goodness!
Chavez hits one from half court for the state championship.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Mike, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talk It Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer 0 for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever, no one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures.
As many as we can. Got one line open. Oh, somebody dropped. All right, I lost my whole thing now. Let's see. All right, let's go. Rudy, good morning. Thanks for holding.
Yeah, Tim Tebow, who knows what goes on in Urban Meyer's mind. Maybe he just wants to give the kid some cash.
Well, he's 3 games away, JJ pointed out yesterday. 3 games on the roster away from his full NFL pension.
So there you go. So he'll make the opening day roster. He'll play in enough games to get his pension, and then they'll probably cut him. I mean, when there's a relationship like existed between Tebow and Meyer, sometimes you get a chance to return the favor. I don't know if that's what it is, but it seems like that to me. The other thing is, it's the NFL. They do whatever they want. If they want to, carrier pigeon to be their team mascot, the coach gets what he wants, as long as he's going to win. And since this is a honeymoon period, Urban's going to get what he wants for now. Now, if he doesn't win...
Well, you don't have to win, right? Look, Urban's got 2 years to not win.
That's what I'm saying. So he's going to put in his whatever culture he calls it, and if he wants to reward Tim that way, he can do that. And that probably makes more sense than anything. I didn't know Tebow was that close to a pension, but if he is, then that's what you have to have. You have to have 6.5 credited seasons, I think, to get a pension.
Yeah, whatever the number is, JJ, you told me, right? 3 games away?
That's what they're saying.
Yeah, well, it could be nothing more than that. We're winding down on Coach Birmingham's career, and anybody can criticize him, but we had been to exactly one NCAA tournament before he got here. We've been to 5 since. I hadn't won a conference championship in forever. He won 5, I believe.
Okay.
So, as Ray's career winds down here with 6 games to go, I hope people will remember all the good he's done. And if you just want to go out and look at the ballpark, I mean, remember what that place used to look like.
It's truth.
It was an embarrassment. They didn't have dugouts. They didn't have bathrooms. They didn't have anything out there. It was ridiculous that we were playing D1 college baseball with those facilities. So Ray's gotten, lights for the first time in 184 years. All that Coach Birmingham has done for UNM baseball, and by the same token for youth baseball.
Yeah, no, Ray's been great for baseball. People who aren't happy that he didn't win at the level that he said he wanted to win at, fine. But I can't see how you would tell me that they're in a better place before he was here than now.
Yeah, and I'll give you one. If Justin Howard doesn't tear his knee up in that first one, we might have gone to Omaha that year. We had Minnesota beat, and after he got hurt, we just didn't have hitting in that position. And it's that final line when you're not a resource-rich program with a bunch of kids that want to play there. So my hat's off to Ray. He's done just an absolutely incredible job, and he deserves for people to come out. And our last series of his career is going to be against San Diego State.
Hate him.
Yep.
All right, Rudy.
Okay, take care.
Hate him, right? The hated Aztecs. And Mark Martinez, the former UNM assistant who's their head coach. Terry, good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. Hello, Terry.
Good morning, gentlemen. My son has always been a Packers fan. My aunt would send him stuff way back when, so they've been kind of my second team, following the Packers. But I always think action speaks louder than words, and all Green Bay's actions were, we want to get rid of you sooner or later. To Rodgers, and when they compare him, he's not Jimmy G, he's not Alex Smith. He finally decided, hey, it's kind of like going to the prom, and one or the other is like, we're going to break up after the prom, and he's decided, no, we're going to break up before then. And now the Green Bay's got to make their decision. If Jordan Love's going to be the man, so be it. Take the deal with Denver. If they think Jordan Love's going to play more like dude Love, then this is one thing I would think of calling, San Francisco back maybe. And if they would give you Trey Lance, at least it's talkable. For the future, do you want, Jordan Love, or would you want Trey Lance? And, so that's just something.
So that would be saying we completely whiffed on our pick last year, right? Is that front office willing, before they even put him on the field for one snap, willing to say that we absolutely blew, whiffed, swung and missed, destroyed, failed on our first-round pick last year?
Yeah, and that's where egos come in play. It's not only the players, it's the management people, egos. Would they be willing to do it? Even if they believe that, would they be willing to do so? Because, then the battle of, if you're a Packers fan and you got Jordan Love or Blake Bortles, woohoo, you're excited for the future on that. But, we'll just have to wait and see. But, Rodgers finally, for everything from firing his quarterback's coach to, I don't think it's all about the money. But it's just something where he said he's had enough. So now it's a matter of, who calls whose bluff, and we'll have to see down the line.
Right.
One last thing, enjoy your daughter's birthday, but having gone through it now, when she gets her license, Dad, just know sometimes they'll be like, how often do you get to see your daughter after that? Because they'll be, between her and her friends having licenses, they like to enjoy life. So especially enjoy the next few months when you have that control, but definitely enjoy that time with her and all that. So you guys have a great day. Take care.
See you, Terry.
Talk to you later.
Yeah, I know. It's coming to an end. I'm bummed, man. Hey, so I got to sit here and believe that Jordan Love just stinks. On top of him being the villain because he exists, he can't play? I have no idea. Can he play at this level or not? And I guess the answer is because they didn't put him out there. And I mean, what are they saying about Jordan Love? What is the organization? Are they afraid to say he's good? Are they afraid to say he's bad? Are they? I mean, this guy's sitting there and has done nothing right or wrong.
Have the chance to show what he can do. There was not even in a preseason game last year.
So is there a chance? There's a better chance of Jordan Love being good than Tim Tebow being a good tight end, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you're telling me there's a chance, right?
It's a very good chance.
Is this guy the worst thing ever?
He's not the worst thing ever, but he's the root of the problem. And
he didn't do anything.
He didn't do anything. But I think to his point, Aaron Rodgers can at least get you in that conversation. Like, teams are going to listen to whatever you have to say if Aaron Rodgers is involved. And if you go, hey, what would you think? Would you want to swap this for Aaron Rodgers? And ultimately they'd be like, no. But
Trey Lance next year's first and a receiver for Aaron Rodgers. You taking it if you're Green Bay?
If you're Green Bay, yes. But to answer that question, it would be, where did they have Love graded versus Trey Lance? Because they don't know what either looks like.
Obviously, they had him graded really high. I mean, then where they have him graded now? Obviously, then they traded up to get him in the first round.
And this could all be decided by June. Like they could, right after we could be sitting here in Green Bay could say, you know what, we're making this move. Yeah. It's just not going to go out because we want to be able to spread the cap hit out, which they can do easier.
Right, after June 1st. Yeah, I think it's going to happen then, if it's going to happen at all. And so that means we have another, what is today, the 13th? We got another freaking 2.5 weeks to talk about it. Today's the first day we got into it to this point where I guess I questioned so much of the common narrative that, it would have all been easy. It wouldn't have been easy. There was nothing that was going to be easy about it if you were going to make this move.
I agree with that. And we're at a point where nothing is changing. We're here, and it's either Aaron Rodgers wants to play for your team or not. You can't take back the Jordan Love pick. You can't all of a sudden retroactively go sign a bunch of veteran free agents because he missed that window. So does he want more money to make him happy and just give him a guarantee, throw some more dollars at him, or is he out? That's where it is now.
I don't think anybody knows. All right, that's good stuff today. Really good stuff today. Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowherd will be after that. Sports Bar with Trulio and Carlisle comes your way. More local sports talk at 4, and then you get the Isotopes and the Chihuahuas. Josh Sushan will crack the microphone from El Paso at 6:45. Aaron, Steve. Look at there's Steve Davis, man. The big dogs are there. Bob, great work today. JJ, enjoy the day. I'll go run our errand.
Have a day.
Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.